All right. Welcome everybody to the DJ Information Group Sunday Chat. Today is 11/29/1920. I mean 2020. All right. So pretty much what we do on the Sunday Chat is we just discuss different topics. Anybody go, post a topic and we discuss it. It's nothing right or wrong. It's your opinion or what you know, and there's nothing. So there's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just a discussion that we have with most of us are DJs. I believe everybody in here is a DJ. Is one topic I'm just gonna go down a list, and I got a lot of shit that I thought about. But what do y'all do since the downtime? Is anybody actually sitting down optimizing their laptops or their Macs?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Yeah.
cleaning up my hard drive and optimizing everything as during this time we've been quiet.
And what do that consist of?
Well, for me, basically I've been going through every folder in my hard drive and just cleaning up, any doubles, unnecessary stuff that I know I ain't playing, probably will never play. Uh, just trying to downsize my files that way, when I'm doing searching, I don't have to I don't have to do nothing extra, just go straight to the file. And then just um optimizing, cleaning up just making sure ain't nothing crazy on my laptop, backing up my hard drive, I made 2 copies of my music so far, 2 extra copies since this thing is kicked off. Um, that's it pretty much, just maintenance for
Like you
me.
have any more RAM or like SSD drives or anybody doing that?
Well, I put a new SSD drive in my in my streaming laptop. I was able to do that. That was the only thing different that I did as far as a drive.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I've been studying, basically studying, make sure I know what's on my hard drive because it's a loaded. I mean, I got so much stuff on there, so I'm kind of going through, simplifying my folders. Um, I do it every day, pretty much every day. I update it, changing stuff around, moving stuff, and make more sense. That's pretty much what I've been doing. And then just like last week, I've been going through my record collection, and I'm finding stuff that like, man, I didn't even know I even had that. I'm finding all this stuff. My record collection is I started out like 75, 1975, and but I was a kid, so I started buying music, but my record collection was real deep in the 80s. Like in the 80s is when I was really, really getting into,
Oh,
and then I got a lot of stuff in the 90s, up to about 2000 on vinyl. I mean, so I've been kind of going through, looking at a few things, and I'm putting stuff on digitizing some of my records still, doing some of that. Not all of them, but just some stuff that I have trouble finding or whatever. But that's what I've been doing. Just kind of know what I have, going through my stuff and then going through my hard drive, seeing what's on there. Like Joe was saying, just getting rid of some of the duplicates. Um, Basically, just familiarize myself so I know where everything is at.
right.
Yep.
And with that being said, like, and duplicates, and I tell people this, it's really hard, and you got to be careful when you delete them because you might have a remix or extended version or a clean version of that same song, especially if you got albums on your computer. Like
Right.
I have folders with nothing but albums, nothing strictly album. But if I get a 12-inch of that song, it's going to be a duplicate somewhere, you know. So I
Exactly.
mean, well,
Yep.
another thing, is there anything called having too much music?
No. Nope.
You can never have too much music.
Nope.
Okay.
Never. That's never.
Now, hear me out. Okay, so when you gig, how can I put this? So when you gig, do you have like a separate hard drive for that gig, or you just take your just say a 4 terabyte, you just take the whole hard drive with you?
I got a separate one for mine, but I take out.
Okay.
I have one I never take out of the house.
Okay.
Same here. I keep a, instead of like I have a 4 that I keep to the side, that stays home, but I usually carry anywhere between a 1 or 2 terabyte when I go play.
Okay. So you got one pretty much with all your bangers in it and stuff like that, and stuff that you know you want to play. Opposed to having, if you got a big gospel collection, you know you ain't gonna play that gig, or you got a big jazz folder that you know you ain't gonna play that gig. So you got a different hard drive.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Since we talking about that, right about now, because the pandemic, and a lot of DJs, when they open back up, is not going to be out there DJing. Like a lot of venues, is not going to be there. A lot of people selling gear, so it's just a good time to buy used gear.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, man, it's excellent time.
What's
Yeah,
up, Quick?
Quick, what the deal, brother?
What it is. Matter of fact, I was contemplating. I got the low end, the EV ZLX 15s.
Right.
I got the Mackie, the newer Mackie 15s, the thumps, and I'm looking at selling. I got the bags and everything for both sets. I'm looking at selling all 4 of them, and either going with. I always wanted the K2, K12,
Right.
0.2 QSCs, or I've been looking at that the J8, what is that? RCF?
RCF J8
Since
E-Bob
they
J8, the line array system.
Yeah, they're close to my price range. I think they're like $9.99 a piece right now.
Right.
So something like that, or like I said, just going with the QSCs. I used to have like another guy that would DJing with me, my best friend, but he's sick and unable to DJ now. So I've only been running one set. So I'm thinking about just getting a real nice one set, instead of having, the EV, the ZLXs, they're fine for what I'm doing. But you always want quality,
Right. So you want to upgrade but go smaller in a sense.
Yeah, I always wanted to some things in life, man, sometimes you just got to try to get the best you can get,
Right. Get the best thing for your buck. Buy it once, don't gotta buy it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you like the QSCs, the QSC 12 compact is definitely worth it. I got 2 of those. I got nothing but good news about that. They hit good. They the QSCs.
I regret not getting them when they first came out. They were a lot cheaper. The original K12s, and I had opportunity then to get them, but then you're like, I think I jumped on the I got the NS7 when it first came out back in 2008 or 9, whenever it came out. I got it and got the case, so that was back then. That was a big guap, man. That was about $1,500-$1,600.
Yeah.
So I kind of went with cheaper. I went with actually I had those the Behringers actually, and they were good speakers. The original, they had that class B or AB amp, the B12s, A's or something like that. And those were they were heavy, but they never let me down. Those were good. I know people talk junk about Behringer, but for those speakers, for me, those were my first active speakers, and they I love them. I mean, they never let me down. Now I bought a set of cheap altos, that TS 115.
Oh man, woo, I
Man,
remember
I
that.
bought that set,
them.
man, and that was like, it was like doo doo. That's what I mean, doo doo. I played one gig, one went out, one would like go in and out, to play for a while, get tired, then it will go out and come back on. go off. So man, I sold that pair for like $200. I said, look, just if I can get anything for them, man, just take these off my hand. You know, those were horrible. So sometimes, but one thing good about the technology today, most of the time you don't get junk. You might get something that's not as good, but usually you don't get junk, you know.
I mean, now I think with the power speakers, they much better than the first ones that came out. You know what I mean? They done the testers, and you know, they get to the point where, yeah, you really not gonna find that. I mean, you pay for what you get. I'm a true believer of that. And a lot of people go by the wattage of a speaker. I don't think you should never go by the wattage. Always go by the SPL of a speaker before you go through wattage. No.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, everything's good. How about you?
So that's one thing, a tip if y'all looking for speakers. I mean, y'all, I know most people know it, but the tip is worry about the SPL instead of the wattage. Of course, RCS is only 700 watts.
Yeah.
700 to 750. But they're going to tell you it's 1200, 1400 or whatever.
Well, you gotta get that. You gotta get that RMS. Don't worry about that 2000 they're advertising and a 1000. That's just gonna be the burst for that one microsecond that it can do.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't gonna sustain it.
Nope, it sure ain't. Only time it'll stay like that unless you got an amp, unless you got a passive system. Now, a passive system, if you got the amp and the speaker, that joker gonna stay at 1,000 watts. Ain't no coming down.
But most companies not going to actually put RMS what they're going to put at SPL level on most professional speakers.
Right. Yeah, you right, Flash.
No. But a lot of people get stuck up in these wattage, and I remember I seen a speaker, I think it was a Power Pro. I think it was like 1,500 watts. I'm like, really? You like, what? That's what they sell you. That's the selling point.
Flash, I got one for you, man. We got a discount store called, I don't know if you have a store called Roses or Family Dollar around your way.
You got a Family Dollar.
But they got one speakers got the lights, flash on and this stuff. It got the stand. They got advertised 5,000 watts. They got 5,000 watts. I was like, for like $69. I was like, whoa, man, I could get 10 of them, baby.
You can rock a concert. But a lot of people don't know, but they go buy that 5,000 watts and buy it.
Yeah, for $69. Yeah.
You know. Another thing I wrote down, talking about what you playing from Serato, record box, track, the virtual DJ. What's your opinion on either one of them? Or whatever y'all use, what's your opinion on it?
I work with record box mostly, and Serato, but mostly record box. And I will stick with it for a while until I just really get to all the features in it. But I like it. I like it the way the music library set it up. So I mean, I like it.
What about Serato? Anybody update to the new Serato?
What's the latest update?
What is 2.4?
Hey, me, I've been missing out on a whole bunch of new stuff because if it working for me, bro, I don't update nothing.
Like
I'm trying to update my laptop. I'm scared to update it to Catalina.
You use
Mojave.
Mojave might be your problem.
The next one is Catalina, and I'm scared.
And honestly, I never went past High Sierra because High Sierra always worked great on. I got 3 Macs, and all of them run High Sierra.
That's what I'm running, Flash. I'm not.
I never went to that Mojave, Catalina, none of that.
Yeah, because with my Macs, only thing I'm doing, I'm just DJing with it. I don't even go online on it. I don't even go online.
Yeah.
I got other laptops that transport everything to it. I don't even go online.
And you gotta be careful when you update your laptop because a lot of times you gotta look at what you're using. they might don't have the drivers for, or is not compatible with to that update that you just done.
Yep.
Yep.
And especially if you're using Serato, always before you download Serato, they give you notes on Serato before you download. They tell you, they give you a warning about this, like Catalina or whatever. They give you a warning about the update. So check that out.
Yeah,
And
my computer's that way. It asks me every day that I turn it on, do I want to update? And I say maybe tomorrow because it's working fine. I'm not
Right.
touching it. I'm not doing anything. When it starts to give me problems, then I'll go ahead and do whatever needs to be done. But it's working great, so I'm leaving it alone.
I mean, as long as you ain't changing your software or your gears, I don't think there's no need to update. If you didn't change nothing, why fix it? You know, that's just me. Anybody use Tractor?
What do you say, Flash?
Anybody use Tractor? Can y'all hear me? Hold up.
I never used.
No, we heard you. Ain't nobody using Drag.
I never used.
Well, look, hey, I'm down in North Carolina now. We got plenty of tractors out here. What tractor you talking about now?
Now they get their software, man, but no, but Tractor, I think they went there to Tractor 3, but they really didn't do nothing. Tractor is not even worrying about DJ. They worrying about more their musician stuff than DJ gear. Like,
Hey, Flash. Flash, can I say something real quick?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The dude is talking about updating this, changing the update for Serato. Serato will tell you right off bat what program or what operating system you have, you know, that's compatible with. So it's not, the upgrade on Serato is not gonna do anything to your computer. It's just gonna it lets you know automatically whether it works with your operating system. Now excuse me. I don't know if you can hear me good or not. If you can, just let
I
me
hear
know.
you good.
I'm a person that think old dog, new tricks. Always read the update when it's sent to me. And I've updated to the newest one. I forget which one it is, but
Sir,
as long as your operating system can handle it, it only affects the operating system. It doesn't, or the equipment. As long as you're like, say your controller, your mixer, or whatever you have, it's updates at standpoint. So don't think that the update from Serato will affect your computer or anything like that. It only will affect the operation of the controller you have or the mixer you have. So that, you know, like the new S9 they put out, the new Denon you put out, it would never affect your computer, just affect the operation of the equipment you're using.
right.
It's the hardware.
I know everybody use Serato, but anybody using Virtual DJ?
Actually, I have a protege that's using virtual DJ. I'm actually trying to get her into the group now. But yeah, she uses virtual DJ. She likes it.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Virtual been light years ahead of Serato, Tractor, Record Box. I mean, Virtue, the stuff people doing now, Virtue's been doing. The only problem with Virtue, they just got to get somebody with a face, a name behind it. You know, think about it. Virtue, you could just, you know, in Serato, you got to buy a video plug-in. And Virtual DJ is already there. If you want to do karaoke,
Yeah,
it's already there. Everything, like everybody catching up to Virtue, they got to catch up to Virtue. Like the new stems that Virtue got out. Nobody's doing, well, there's another program that does it also, but it's not a big major platform like Serato or Tractor or Recordbot that does it. But I think if they just be better on their marketing, I think Virtue be neck and neck with Serato. I believe, personally, I think it's better than Serato. That's just my opinion.
Flash, I just like Serato's the look better as far as the wavelengths. I know that Virtual's done something with the latest version with that, but like the version that I used to use of VDJ was I think I was like got in at version 5 or 6. I think it was 5. And like you said, when I used to do karaoke, I loved it because I would do my karaoke off of that, off of the Virtual DJ.
Yeah.
You know. So and I started with Virtual DJ. I was with Virtual before I went to Serato.
I mean, I had Virtual so long. It was called Adamix MP3.
Yeah. So I really like Virtual DJ. It's just that the wavelengths that when they had that dual red and that blue, and then when I went to Serato and they had all the drum kicks, the vocal green, the hand claps in blue, and I could DJ without headphones because I could tell what was going on just by looking at the wavelengths. That's why I never went back to Virtual DJ. But now, as far as when I used to play the videos along with the music, oh, I love Virtual. That's what I use Virtual DJ. If I have a gig now that I have to do that, I would just go back to Virtual just for that. Now I don't have the latest with the stems. That might be Christmas present or something.
Yeah, that. But like one thing I also like about Virtue, but they had that now, the color EQ. Okay. You got that now on the waveform. And what else I like about Virtue? You don't gotta buy no update, no upgrade. Like you don't gotta buy this kit. You don't gotta buy this and that. It automatically comes. I mean, it's a little pricey. I think it's like $300, but
yeah,
you don't gotta buy all the add-ons.
So, and that's the other thing, Flash. I bought mine Virtual actually years ago, and it wasn't. Let me go back. So it's not really it's Virtual DJ, but it wasn't Virtual DJ. It was actually a program called Newmark. Newmark. Those old school know what I'm talking about.
Newmark Q.
Newmark Q. That's it. So,
but you know what? I would reach out to Virtue. I don't know how they done that. Was it part of Virtue or where you might still get it? Yeah, I mean,
what the deal is though, they won't let you. I can't go past 7. I could get 6, but when they start doing the new changes, the optimal, the biggest changes. Now my passcode's not any good.
Reach out to them. I think. I mean, it's worth a try. Yeah, I mean, could you pay like $300 then? So you paid the same price as you bought Virtue.
Yeah, but that was what 10, 12.
Hey, long you got your email address.
Hey, Wardell, you may want to just ask them to reset your password.
Right. That's where I was going.
Yeah, because I can get Virtual DJ 2021. So I've been using it for ever since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I still use Serato as well. But now, since I sold my 1000, I'm using a Prime 4. So I'm using Engine Prime with that.
You got that Prime?
Yes.
Okay, man. When I grow up, man, I want to be like you, bro. How's that Prime? I was really looking at that. Prime
because
good?
I like to keep it mobile. I used to have turntables back in the day, but when my mom passed, I didn't get my stuff out of her house in time. Someone broke in there and stole my turntables, all my vinyl, and everything. I used to have a record store in the basement. Yeah. So now I'm doing MP3s.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I love Virtual DJ as well.
Yeah, if you're a grandfathered in, which was if you bought the early versions, then you automatically get all the new versions moving forward. That's one good policy that they've always.
Yeah, I was just concerned though, since that was actually the Newmark Q, if I could actually get it. But I'll look into it.
Yeah, I mean, you paid for it.
Got me looking now.
As long as it was, I think it's owned by Atomic. I think it's Atomic something.
Atomic, Adamix, how you want to call it, Atomic.
Yeah, but so it should be good.
I think we covered that.
Hello, big body.
Good evening.
All right, I think a lot of the stuff we covered. your contract, I think we covered this, but we got a lot of new people. How, what was it? Your contract and how will they change in 2021? So it's pretty much, because moving forward with this COVID, anybody make changes or?
I haven't made changes yet, but I am thinking about incorporating that into my contract like a clause. Like you had said last week about the deposit or the retainer.
Yeah, yeah, we
It's not
debated that
their
last week.
fault. So right, it's not their fault, the client's fault. So I can't with good conscience say, well, you're not gonna get your money back. That I
Okay.
can't do.
What I when Tim asked me that last week about the contract, I was saying about within 30 days of the gig that I would give back the deposit. I actually looked at my contract, and on my contract, I have the deposit is non-refundable, non-refundable.
And that's a touchy situation
Right,
for
but with
what we in now. You know what I mean?
right,
Right.
right.
But no matter what you saying that in your contract, that will not hold up in the court of law. Trust me, I've been there.
What about using the word deposit?
Yeah, your deposit is non-refundable.
Uh-huh.
It has to be some kind, like you might could do it right now with the act of God, but it's not gonna happen. You're gonna lose that case. I'm telling you that now.
I mean, what's going on? Even if you hit a just say you put a retainer. All right, you retain me for this day, and they shut down your city. What you do in that situation?
You can always go back to give them the opportunity to choose another date, or just honestly to be a good person. It's not even about business. It's like with what's going on right now, to make yourself feel good about yourself, just refund them their money.
Yeah.
And still give them the opportunity to book another date with you when this pandemic is gone. Like most companies that I've dealt with and most clients I've dealt with, I will offer them a refund back because we can't do here in Virginia, we can't do any kind of parties.
Right.
I mean, it's like 5 people we at right now, and it's a sole fact. I mean, I just refund their money to them, and a lot. I mean, like I say, about 60% of them are saying keep the deposit. Once we come out of the pandemic, I will set up another date with you.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I've got I had at least 5 dates that moved to 2021 that had already paid me deposit, and they just moved the date to the next year, to 2021. And I think with me having, like I said, if push goes to shove, I'll give them the money back.
Right.
But with being that stated that way, a lot of that, it helped me get them to move the date instead of just canceling it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I look at it like I put yourself in their shoes in a sense. How would you want somebody to treat you? You know what I mean? What is y'all method of payment? And yeah, y'all method of payment.
Hold up, Rod.
What's going on? So,
This black.
you change your name. I don't know what to call you.
Hey, I changed my name. It's C-Rock, but I'm still black regardless. I'm still gonna always be black. But look, to hit off of that, like you was like you was like in this poem playing. Most people, and my man Quick, he said by having that in his contract, it makes a lot of people actually give them an option of booking a later date or something like that. But I have been to court, taken to court over this, over a non-refundable deposit, because it was a wedding, and she was bridezilla. We had video evidence, everything, and I still lost the case because the way that it was worded in my contract. Your deposit is for booking the date.
Right.
Yeah,
So
what I do, I usually book my you can word it any way that you want, and it's really who you get in court. who's overseeing the case. So I word it the best way that I can. Most clients, they won't even think about taking you to court, whatever, because it's like they're going to honor the what the agreement was. You're going to have some that's going to say, no, I want my money back. To me, I'll just give the money back, because it's not worth the cost of you going to court. You lose in court, you're also going to have to pay court fees, yours, theirs, and if you have to end up getting a lawyer,
Come on, keep just here, take your money.
Yeah, it's just best give them the money and move on. And it, as long as you have it worded correctly, a small percentage may ask for their money back. And so, but most clients, most of my clients, that the ones that have canceled this year, most of them postponed, but the ones that have canceled, they just said, don't worry about the money,
And that's good. That's real good.
Yeah,
And also to say this, you know what? I forgot what I was going to say. So y'all go ahead.
So my other point is, if I could say this right here about that, is the wording that I put non-refundable is not for if you have a bridezilla, if you got something, traumatic or whatever, or dramatic happens. It's for the people that try to up the DJ. Like, they get you for this and they get someone cheaper and then they just want to drop you. It's really for that, not for if you have a life-changing event that happens and I'm just trying to keep your money. You see what I'm saying?
Now, on contract, you wrote yours up yourself, or did you get a lawyer to look over it also after you wrote it up?
My contract came from a lawyer.
Okay.
My wife is a lawyer, but she writes my contracts up, and she lost me that case. So,
Or she entertainment law. no, but
Well, I guess you just had to take that L.
Right. But who takes checks? Anybody take checks as a form of payment?
Well, I was going to add about the who did my contract. I actually had a client. I DJ'd her wedding, and when I sent her the contract, she's a lawyer, so she sent it back to me and said, "I suggest that you make these changes to your contract."
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, that's what's up.
Well,
No check.
Anybody take checks?
No checks. Cash App or PayPal.
Okay, so how do
I take checks for the first payment. And that's because I have a business account, so it's written out to my business, and so that, and that's just sort of have enough time to clear,
right?
Whatever. But final payment, it's I use PayPal credit by credit card, or I have a PayPal business account.
Right.
But let me ask you this, DJ Danny T. With this day and time, you can also do electronic checks. With your PayPal business account and all that stuff like that. So why take a paper check when they can actually just give you the funds right then and there?
Well, it's an option. I mean, most of my clients, they pay by credit card when they make their deposit. But say if I'm doing like some corporate accounts, they will send me a check for the deposit.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Now, Danny's touched on something. How many people actually have a business account?
I do.
One person. I know Danny have it. 2 people.
Yeah, I do as well.
3 people. We got 13 DJs here, and only 3 people got a business account.
Well, I did. What did that count? A half, Flash?
I'll give you a half. You could be a half. But no, I'm saying that to say, and we talked about this last week, businesses do business with businesses.
Yeah.
I'd rather give, you charge me $1,000, I'd rather give it to Quick in the Mix Entertainment instead of giving that money to Wendell.
Understandable. And that's Rod Flash. Well, you talking about, I don't know who I'm talking to because you changed your name. That's why I changed my name, because I lost a lot of corporate. I was losing corporate business because of DJ Black.
Right. I mean, I get it, you know. But I think if you're gonna be out here DJing, run yourself a business. And we told you how to set up an LLC last week.
I have one. I have two actually.
Because if something happened, they sue you. They taking your house, the dog, the car. They gonna let you keep your babies because they don't got time to raise them, but they gonna take everything else. You know. But it's something to think about. You know.
I have Chase Bank here in New York, and if you're a veteran, you get free business account, free safe deposit box. So you might want to check with your banks on business accounts because they may do something if you're a veteran.
Right. I mean, all y'all vets. I mean, that's good info, man. That's what I like. Where we share knowledge and information, like, you know.
Yeah, and some banks, you can open a business account with just the EIN number.
Right.
So some banks you have to have a business account or you have to be an LLC. But there are a lot out there that you just need an EIN. So you can go get that for free on the IRS site, and then take that paper that you print out to the bank, and then you can open a business account. But just make sure that whatever name you open it in, that's the name of your business. And when people write you checks, they have to write it to that business name. It can't be abbreviated or stuff like that.
Let's see. What are y'all doing to keep yourself relevant during this COVID?
That's a good question.
Huh? Like, I know Joe been Nick Cloud and going live heavy. Like, what y'all keep y'all name out there? Because, like I said,
Is it only a DJ question?
Yeah, it's a business question. I mean, cause we all DJs, so it's all DJ. Like your business, or we're keeping you relevant as a DJ, or we gonna use a DJ as a DJ during the COVID.
Well, this is what I do. I don't know if a lot of people know I'm in the real estate business. I buy and rehab houses. So as I pass out my card to clients that I'm rehabbing, I bought the house from, I'll also give them my DJ card. Other than that,
That's slick. That's slick.
That's real slick.
What is that? Well, go away, hey man. I know you're ready to move out, bro. I can have that host that party for you, bro.
It's like when you go into a community and you start rehabbing a home.
Yeah, I got you.
People come to you and ask you a whole bunch of questions. They want to know if you I always tell people when I'm in a community, I'm going to move into this house. Now, I don't want them to know that I'm just buying this house, rehabbing it, and selling it, because I don't want to think them I'm taking their value the value of their home down. So I go into their community. So I well, this is what I do for a living, blah blah, this, that, and the other. This is my house. Me and my wife, we're gonna rehab this house. So, once we get this house straight, we're gonna throw this party here. So tell, here go a card, tell your friends if they need this person, that person, for that, blah, blah, blah. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I drive Lyft. I play my own mixes.
Hey, that's smart.
Yo, that keep you relevant, cause yo, they're like, damn, that's pumping. Who done that? Oh, I know that ain't the radio. Oh, here go my card.
Yeah.
What
I've done is I'm a head custodian at a high school. And matter of fact, I met everyone know that Joe Bunn, his son actually goes to school where I work at.
Right.
So he's been out there a couple of times with the system. They did son got some gigs, a couple of gigs out there at the high school. But anytime they have something old school for like the teachers and stuff, the principal asked me, "Hey, Newkirk, man, can you do something for us?" And I've gotten some gigs off from the teachers, like married or whatever. Matter of fact, I got 2 weddings coming up. I hope because one's supposed to be in December, and with the way Roy Cooper is doing things, we don't really know what's going to happen. And I got one for sure in March, you know, from a couple of the teachers, me just playing out there for free. You know, I'm there at the school anyway, so I'll bring my controller and the arts department theater. They got QSC systems. Matter of fact, they got a nice system there at the school. And so I'll go in there, I'll play some music for them, you know.
Well, you think it's for free, but that's self-promotion.
Oh,
You
yeah.
promote yourself without you even knowing it.
Yeah.
You know. Anybody else want to chime in? This
Yeah,
is
Flash, if I can just say one more thing, man, I'm so thankful, Flash, to you and the other fellas here, man, because sometimes out here, you know, you can feel kind of lonely, you know, about what you're doing, what's going on.
Yeah.
So this hit me kind of hard, and I've kind of not even, you can't see it, but I got my system behind me, and now first time I played on it, like in my room, I did a little something last night, first time in probably about two months or so. I've done some gigs, but not actually back in the studio enjoying myself playing music or going online. I even stopped going online, you know, because it just, you know, just some of the stuff is just kind of overwhelming. And I'm just glad to have a group like this come out.
Yeah,
I can come up with some things. So I appreciate y'all, brothers.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I mean, that's what it's about, fellowship, man. We all love music. We all love DJing. We all love equipment, you know. So it's good to talk to somebody that had that same interest as you had. You know, can't talk to your wife about it. She's like, what are you talking about? What? Crossover? What you talking about?
That mess you got back there.
You know, so now this is a touchy one. What makes you stand out from another DJ in your area? I know it's real touchy.
Actually, he did a post. He did a post about what makes me stand out. I'm in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Right.
I play what others don't play. I'm the guy that'll mix. I'm the guy that'll blend a rock song with a rap song.
Well, you know that's where rap started from, right?
Yeah, trust me, I know that.
I know you know. I'm just messing with
you. But I'm the one that'll blend Kenny Loggins, you know what I'm saying, over Jay-Z beat. And
this is it.
I hear don't do that, huh?
This is it.
Man,
no, it's Kenny Loggins.
A curveball.
I'm talking about not cool Kenny Loggins. I'm talking about I'm all right.
All right.
You know, I do what I don't play top 40. I won't play what you hear on the radio. That's what separates me from out here. Anything I play, you won't hear on the radio. I refuse to take requests, so I set my own standards out here.
That's what's up. And I always say, I hate them 40 songs. There's only 40 songs everybody want to play. Like everybody play the same old song. Like anybody can play the hits, but nobody want to take their chance to play something different. You know.
Can I?
Good, Chris. Good. Anybody can chime in.
Now, quick. Go ahead. You was up. Go ahead.
Yeah, quick play different. I know that for a fact.
Well, go ahead. You go ahead.
Now I'm gonna leave you alone. You got it. You was on you.
I was gonna say back in the day, I was like, man, can't hardly see my man DJ. What's that? Dog Style?
Yeah.
Well, what's up, man? Okay.
What's up with you?
All right, that's different right there. You know. But yeah, I used to be like you, man. Didn't take requests. I was a mad DJ back there. I'm gonna tell people what they want to hear, then make you enjoy it. You know, that's how I was when I was younger. But down here, man, it's just so different how stuff has changed from that. You know, and I guess I gave up, and I kind of conformed to what everyone else was doing. You know, to be honest with you. You know, so I'm glad, brother, you still in there with the fight. on
I
that.
appreciate it, man. Yeah, I even when I take a gig, first thing out of my mouth, I don't take requests. If you want to request songs, or you feel like you want your people to be able to request songs, find you another DJ. We stop the conversation right here now. Your money means nothing to me. I love DJing. I've been doing this since '83. I'm going to do this until I can't stand behind a turntable no more. So it's my rules, or get you another DJ. There are hundreds of people out here that will play what you tell them to play. But I feel if you hire a DJ, allow the DJ to do their job. If you want to hear the same song that's on your phone, listen to your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. My question is for Dog Style. Doggy
Yes, sir.
Style. It's actually a two-part question. Do you feel that you're limiting your clientele, and are you getting a lot of bookings with that stuff with no taking requests?
No, actually, I don't believe I'm limiting my clientele, because I don't just play like I don't just like play flashlight. I will, however, play a producer's version of flashlight. So I'll give you a different version of flashlight.
Okay.
And actually, I've been staying busy. I've been busy since March. I work every Monday, every Wednesday night. I'm in Fort Worth at a venue, spinning for an open mic. We just started an event once a month in Arlington where I'm spinning for that. I'm actually on 2 different internet radio stations. So I'm doing what people out here don't do, and
Okay.
that was and that I've been doing it for actually for a couple of years, so I know it works. Big Body knows a guy, a friend of mine, Demeka the Soul Conductor. If you listen to what he plays, that's kind of how I play. And it's almost like lounge music, because anybody can give you top 40. Anybody can give you that. However, to hear Aretha Franklin and Earth, Wind, and Fire blended together,
Or
there's
Rob
not
Bass.
many people that's going to give you that.
Right. You know that I understand. You know, like I'm the type of person I don't take requests. I don't take them regardless. I just wanted to, you know, like, but you like you have your you don't play the top 40 from the radio or whatever. I've been a club DJ. I've been a private DJ. I've been a tour DJ. I've done all of that. Now I'm classifying myself as a Southern Soul DJ, but at the same time, I still take private events. I still do weddings, and one of the, I'm about to premiere on her. She was on here earlier, but she's gone. DJ Pinky. I'm about to be on her radio station in probably about a week or two or so, because I just classify myself as Southern Soul DJ because I've been doing a lot of promotions for Southern Soul, and I still don't take requests, but I guess you could say I don't play top 40 because I don't play hip hop music stuff like that anymore, because I really only play Southern Soul now.
Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Amerigo Gazaway?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you guys
He
Who?
does. I said I've heard of him. He does a lot of remixes, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I play a lot of Amerigo Gazaway. I play a lot of Tall Black Guy. I play a lot of Stro Elliott. I play a lot of Knife Wonder.
I don't want to cut nobody off.
You know, that stuff people they're not used to.
Say hello.
You know, people don't know nothing about UGK and BB King.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but like when I play remixes, I play my own remixes. The remixes that I make myself, I play those.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I play some of mine also. However, you know, there's some things that I just can't do, and so
exactly. I understand 100% what you're saying. You ain't gotta go no more.
Yeah.
And I guarantee everybody on this phone, on this Zoom call right now, understand what you just said. There's some things that you just can't do. I can do, and I guarantee a lot of people can't do it. They know, as long as you know what your limitations are, you're great. That's to me.
Oh yeah, trust me. I can't. I don't know the new rap. I don't. You know, I do have some of it on my hard drive. You never know. I may be, get a while here. You know what I'm saying, and somebody may just say, hey, we need this song for whatever reason. But I mean, for the most part, I figure if I'm there to DJ,
I think they have a
then
thing in here.
I need to make sure that I know how to at least tune your ear to something that's viable.
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
Whoever got their phone live in the background, please mute it.
Check out. That was Al. Al, good Al.
Yo, I was just like to say hello to everybody.
What's going on?
I am DJ Kryptonite, aka Pablo Crenshaw, from Sandersville, Georgia, a little small town in Georgia, about 2 hours from Atlanta.
Pablo!
And, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here. I would like to say that my crowd, the crowds that I usually rock for, they just love that new mumble stuff, and I hate playing it, but that's all they want down here.
Well, look where you at. You right next to Atlanta, so yeah.
Well, yeah, and it kind of sucks because I really enjoy playing like Dog Style. He's my mentor, you know. But I like playing different things, but it's like they get stuck in this one mindset of only wanting to hear, you know, Megan and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, Jesus, there's other types of music out there.
Do you ever try to take them on a musical journey?
I try, but with me, I've really only been DJing for like 2 years, and once I get stuck in that rut of that getting deep in the mumble, it's kind of hard for me to get out because like I don't know, it's hard because that's all they want to hear, and then you might play some old school, you might play 2 or 3 songs old school, and somebody comes up and they want to hear go right back to the trap.
You know, but as a DJ, as we all DJs, it's our job. You know, it's okay to play what the crowd want to hear, especially as a paid gig. You got to play. You know, especially if you're hired privately, you have to play what they want to hear. As a DJ,
right.
You have to be able to take them on a musical journey. You have to be able to. You have to be able to. I'm going to give you an example. It's a dude I used to deal with a lot. His name is DJ Easy Hutch. He's out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And when I moved to North Carolina, I moved to Arkansas, and all they wanted to hear was trap music all night long. Now, I'm a big go-go fan. I was a big go-go fan before I moved out there. I can't stand live go-go, but I love playing go-go, pre-recorded go-go. So I go out there, I play go-go. The dance floor just stopped and looked at me. All they wanted to hear was trap. So okay, trap. So I got them going to trap. But I started getting them to the point where I would drop a classic here, a classic there, a classic. When I say classic, I'm talking about like some Chuck Brown, Give Me My Money, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, dropping, here and there. Just make sure it's in the groove of what's going on. So I conform them to what kind of crowd I wanted to play for. Now, did it stop me from getting booked or stop me from playing the clubs? No, it didn't. It took me a little while to do it, but as a DJ, you have to make them come to you and make them want you.
Thank you.
But that goes to back to say you gotta be different.
You have to be different.
You gotta be different. I mean, and also you gotta know your crowd. So you know certain songs you could get away with, and certain songs you will never get away with. You know.
Well, I do try to incorporate a lot of like scratching and stuff like that because where I'm at, the DJs around here, they really don't do that. They're mostly like, I call them push play DJs. You know, they push play, let the whole song play, and then the blends are all off, and oh god, it's terrible. But that's what they're used to.
But here's the thing that people forget. Matter of fact, me and Flash was talking about it one time. People forget it was a time before there was before a crossfade or when it was just up and down, when you ain't have a cue. And DJs, would just go from one song to the other. Compared to y'all, a lot of y'all, I'm a kid, but I came up around, a lot of the OGs and, pretty much kind of studied the game. And that's what they would tell me. They was like, the stuff that y'all doing with the blending, they said at one time that didn't exist. It was just one song, next song, next song. So the thing about it is, I did this one time. Did an audition. This was like many years, like years ago. I did an audition for a little, like a bar, like a little lounge. And the guy told me on the spot, he was like, play some music. And I was like, ain't no equipment, on enough. And he was like, you're a DJ. He was like, click this mouse and make them move. So I stood in front of he had a desktop sitting in where he was at. And I was clicking songs and they were just having, the time of their life because it was the rotation of the music, so blending and scratching is cool. But a lot of times people just want to hear the song, and then the older you are, they don't even want to hear no blending. They just want to hear the whole damn song. Case in point. Case in point. Rod Flash 45. If you watch, see what he doing. That brother played the whole song, then he go to the next song, maybe a blend here and there. That's how.
Hey, Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump in there, DJ Wash.
Yeah.
Now, my style of music, first of all, I don't do young people parties. I send them to the young DJs. If you want old school, you want some house, but if you want like hand dance, southern soul, line dance, and that kind of stuff, I more like to work on my blends, but I don't do all of that scratching because that's not what they want. They don't want to hear all of that scratching. Then they want the records to be, they don't want the records too long. So you
Right.
got to know how to come in and out of it. But keep it at a steady flow where you playing a variety that can hit everybody that's there, whether they steppers, line dancers, or hand dancers. So it's more like a rotation type thing. But you got to know your crowd and who you're playing for.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like I always say, you ain't bigger than the music. Now,
No,
it's about the music. I say that all the time. And certain songs, you damn near got to play it to the end because you miss that one part, they might shoot you.
Yeah.
It's certain songs. You can't play a hook and a verse in some old school music.
Nope. I don't know who was talking just now, but somebody said, the older you get, the longer the song go.
Yeah.
And like Alan, I'm gonna say like this, bro. Once you get older, you gonna learn. I don't care how you blend and scratching, you gonna play damn near that whole song. It depending on your crowd. That's the whole song because they gonna sing that whole song to the end.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're going to come up to you, and if you cut it, they're going to come up and actually play that damn song back.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
They're going to say, play that song back.
Yep.
You cut it too soon.
Yep.
You done messed it up. Start it over.
You got to know
Hey,
you got to really know your crowd because I know like the only complaint I ever had was cutting the record off, and it's usually from women. I hate to say it, but it's usually the women that they come in and say, "Why'd you do that?" And then you got to repeat it. You got to play it again. So
Yeah.
like you said, the older you get, it's a good chance you might be playing more.
Yeah, I was playing a cookout and I was playing Fight the Power, and I cut it off before it got to the Reagan part. And
the Elvis part.
Oh man, they were too.
So they came up. Can you bring that back?
Yeah, how could you
put it back on just so they could hear that part? And they said, "All right, you can cut it off now."
Look, they ain't say motherfucker Elvis. They're like motherfucker Danny T. If you don't play that shit back, we're gonna hurt you tonight.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Square and I had a question. What was it? Let me see. I got it. His question was, I know I wrote it. What is your favorite piece of gear and why?
That's a good one.
That's a bad question to me. My favorite piece of gear is every piece of gear I got because I paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah. For some people, that could be right. But I think in some ways, you know, some people may have, and it ain't everybody. Some people may have. You might love everything that you got because you paid for it, but you might have that one setup that you just love the most, and you like, yeah, this is my baby. I got
All
a
right.
lot of babies, but this is the baby.
When we talk about setups and equipment, are we just like talking about our controllers, our turntables, and stuff like that?
It could be your controller. It could be whatever. Your favorite piece of gear.
The speakers, or I mean, like,
It could be your laptop. It could be anything. That's his question, and why?
all right, I got you, Rod Flat. My favorite piece of gear, I'll start it off. My favorite piece of gear would be my NS7 because when I started out DJing 30 years ago, at the age of 33 years ago, at the age of 13, I was with turntables, not even techniques. I'm talking about belt drive turntables. And once I got, more inclined to it, we went to the techniques, got those going, but I got the NS7 as a controller because it's plug and play. That was the closest thing that I ever felt to turntables, even with the CDJs and everything.
Right. Good point.
Flash, if I could jump on, my favorite thing, I guess a combination would be the PC, a hard drive, and then your controller. And then you got to add your speakers in, your active speakers, because that made DJing so much easier for an older man like me. Because everyone remembers, man, carrying those. I only carried 10 crates with me. I know guys that would carry 20 crates. I had to combine my 10 crates down because in my mama's car station wagon, I could only fit so much stuff. I had to get my house speakers in there, my receiver in there, cassette deck, equalizers, and all that. So the technology that MP3 or Wave, to me, that was the greatest thing that I ever did. Was I can have a hard drive like this. I can have a hard drive, it's fading out. I can have a hard drive this side right here, and it's got 50,000 songs on it. That's mind blowing. That is mind blowing. And then you can have speakers that weigh 40 pounds. Come on, man. A 40-pound speaker,
Sounds good.
versus
Amp used to weigh more than that.
man, look, I had my setup I had in one small amp rack, not big like the other big guys and the Jamaicans and everything with the big sound systems, but I had a CS 1200, a CS 1000, and like 3 CS 800s.
Well, the PVs, they were 72.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I had all that in one amp rack. It was so heavy that I was returning from a gig. We were loading from the back of this hole in the wall club. We picked up the amp rack, and I snatched the handles off of one side of it, try to get it in the track.
God dang.
Hey, it was heavy. I mean, heavy. And that's probably why I'm broke down today from all the years of carrying all that heavy equipment. But it is what it is. Now I've enjoyed my life, man. But just the technology. But the only thing the technology did, I know this is not part of the question, but it lowered though the entry, entry to barrier to entry level. So before you had to have all these big speakers, you had to have all this invested in it, become a DJ. That's why a lot of people weren't DJs, because they couldn't jump over that barrier to entry. Now with the technology, there is no barrier. Everyone can enter and say there's a DJ. That's the only difference. But I love the new technology. I love it. My back loves it.
I know you're back. Hey, yo, Square, now you're gonna live a long time, man. Square not gonna live a long time.
Yes, I am, especially with
And because I asked your first question, now I'm gonna ask you, what is your favorite piece of gear and why?
here with me.
You asking me?
Yes, Square or not. You
Oh, square now. Okay.
that's why I said you're gonna live a long time.
My favorite piece of gear and why. Wow. If I had to say my favorite piece of gear would be my Denon 7000. And the reason behind that is because it's the most versatile unit that I've purchased. And it has, when I got my control, after I learned more about controllers, that controller had everything in it that I could absolutely want to do for any type of occasion. And it is inconsistent. Plus, it's a pretty unit. It looks good. It looks very professional. And you guys know how I am about professionalism, especially when I'm out and about. And it just does so much, and the flexibility of it. And of course, it works with my DJ software very well, Serato. And it's light. And I agree with Quick. Thank God for technology in the sense that I'm not breaking my back like back in the day. You know, the one thing that I remember the most is carrying the crates and those heavy ass amps back in the day, as opposed to now. So that would be my favorite piece.
Yeah.
That's on the controller side, but on the table side, I would have to say my new setup that I got.
Now you can ask the second question yourself.
The second question I asked was, hold on. What was it, Flash? Because I can't see it right now.
What path will eventually suit your endeavors as a DJ?
Gotcha. So, you know, as we grow into our equipment and we learn about a particular type of piece of equipment, the path that we take, you know, like I'll give you a prime example, and this is pretty much why I asked this question. For example, Flash. Flash is a prime example and an exemplar to this particular question because Flash made it up in his mind, and I salute him for that. And he actually is an inspiration. He said, you know what? You know, I know I could play, you know, DVS and Serato all day, but I'm returning back to vinyl. And once Flash made that up in his mind, he said, you know what? I'm going to look for a mixer where I could do hardware effects with vinyl. I can't recall if you ever got that particular one because I see
DDJ 400.
the DDJ 400. So in a sense like that, in your endeavors, just like Flash, for example, Flash was like, you know, I'm gonna find a mixer where I could play my vinyl and be able to have the effects with it. And in my case, I endeavor to put myself in a position where I have enough equipment to build the beginning stages of my multi-op. And my thing about that is being able to sit down a little bit and still be able to do two things: bless DJs with work and still be able to help and teach as needed, and be able to make money at the same time. With money, you see, I said that last because that I'd rather be helping DJs and doing what I can, and with the equipment that I choose, it's going to put me in that space to where I can at least have that to when DJs may not have it. or have professional quality stuff, I'm able to provide.
What's up? Joe, you
Mhm.
wanted to ask that we were talking about earlier?
Oh, okay. Basically, what I wanted to bring up was how many of y'all, when y'all buy equipment, really read the warranties on your equipment? How many of y'all? I mean, we don't really look at the manuals, but how many of y'all, look at the warranty of, factory warranty from the company that you're purchasing from?
So y'all gonna tell me y'all pay $1,200 to $1,500 on the mixer? Y'all don't read the warranty?
So, so I do, especially now because this year I've purchased more equipment than I've ever did at one time. So I'm concerned about if it's not working out, what are my options? Am I stuck with it, or do I have 10 days, or do I have? So I'm more interested in what the warranties are.
Well,
So I do read them now.
Yeah, like myself, when I started, because I've bought all types of equipment over the years, but when I bought my first QSCs and seeing how long the warranty was on those, and ever since then, I've always tried to make sure, even if it's not the best equipment, the most important thing was the warranty to me. So, and like Joe, Joe, I think he had a problem if one of his QSCs went out and saved them like hundreds of dollars just because it was still under warranty, and they covered their warranty, I think 6 years. So 5 years down the road, something go wrong and you don't have no pushback or nothing. They honor their warranty. And even if you blew it, if it was something you did wrong, they'll still fix it, you know.
yeah.
So that's most important to me. Some items, like I said, you forget sometimes to check, see with the warranty. Joe was telling me about the Roland warranty was only a year. I have the 707. And so I don't, I hope not to get caught up like he did when his warranty ran out and then he had to fight for them to fix it, after the warranty had ran out. So
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, and this. I'm not gonna get into it because I'm not gonna get in it too heavy because I'm still in a situation, not with Roland, because shout out to Roland out there, the people over there, good people over there that actually is honoring the warranty to fix. Actually, I'm out of my situation. I'm gonna start there first, and then I'll get to my point. What happened with my Roland was I bought my Roland last year. Um, Basically, it's a 1 year warranty. Technically, the fine print says uh is 1 year warranty, but it's 90 days full coverage. So after 90 days, basically, there's certain parts of the device that they will cover. That's period. That's the fine print people need to read. Other than that, uh you may have to deal with your own I'm trying to remember labor. Uh, it might cover the parts, but you may have to pay for the labor, after 90 days. But it was taken care of. Like I said, big shout out to the people over there rolling, looking out for me. But the thing about it is, which a lot of DJs need to know now, moving forward in these new days and times with these expensive pieces of equipment, especially DJ equipment, a lot of gear is being brought out. I mean, a lot of companies are being brought out by other entities. So whatever you thought the warranty was with the main product is not the same with the person that brought it out. So, for instance, it could be any company. If you brought something from, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm not saying this is Pioneer, but let's say Pioneer. For for the heck of it. Basically, let's say Pioneer was owned by whoever. The base, the base, the base company, which is Pioneer, will say, okay, we will take care of everything. But when you go reach out to the second, when you go call a number, you may not get Pioneer. You may get the people that own the company. And they may say, okay, that's what it says on the site. But they'll say, but well, they'll basically say that our warranty doesn't say the same thing. So you might go into a big argument after 90 days, because a lot of companies are starting to do that. You know, they'll say 1 year, but that fine print will be 90 days. So if you're ordering from a lot of these places online, if you notice, they will offer you additional warranty with whoever you know, Vizzounds or Sweetwater, they may offer you additional warranty. You know, to anybody that's getting ready to buy a new gear, I would say take the warranty with the company, you know, the distributor, you know, the Zounds or whoever, because times have changed. You know, the COVID thing is happening. People are rewriting their warranty policy. So it's all fine and good to buy gear, but you got to know what contract, because you're entering into a contract, basically, saying if I purchase this, you know, this is what we would cover on the face part of it, but you haven't read the fine print. So when you go try to do an argument with this company, they'll say, "Hey, our paperwork never said that." It said yeah, but technically it's 90 days, and then you gotta
Joe,
that 90 days what it covers.
I'll add to that, Joe. You're 100% right. Anytime when it comes to warranties, you have what they call the full warranty, then you have the limited warranty. And I used to be really confused about that word limited warranty. And that limited warranty is just that. It's that 90, that you got that limited warranty where it'll cover everything up to this number of days. Then after that, then it goes to only certain things that they'll cover. And that's what I like. That's what I like about Zounds and AMS, American Musical Supply. Both of those, with all the gear that I've purchased, I've gotten 2-year warranties in addition, because I had the guy explain it to me. I said, now, is this warranty starting from day one? They said, no, it kicks in when your warranty expires on your gear from the manufacturer, that 2-year warranty kicks in. And I was like, that's perfect. Because you can get wrapped up in not only in DJ gear, but pretty much in any electronic type device that you get. It's like that. You know, it could be something as simple as an iron, or, you know, you could buy a radio or anything for your car. It's all that same stuff. So it is very important to pay attention to those warranties, because you can get snagged. And what I hated about for Joe was out like 1 or 2 days or something like that. You know, it was just a few days after.
No, my
And
warranty was actually behind by 3 months.
3 months. Now I had a situation where my warranty went out in 2 days, and a company didn't want to honor it, but I made a big stink of it, and they wound up replacing it. But it was really amazing for them to do that. But by all rights, they could do it, you know. But I told
And,
them, I was like, look,
and,
you
and
know, have a
another
heart
thing
about it.
is, and another thing is, when you do get into that stink with these companies, make sure that you read the whole warranty on the person that brought the company, and also read the warranty on the company that you're buying from. That way you can possibly maybe prove false advertisement if you know what you're reading. And then on top of that, make sure that that you try to reach out to the company, and if they don't get back to you and you have a situation where you're not getting the proper communication, make sure that you save your emails, you save all your communication with the company, because that will help in the end when you finally be able to speak to somebody. You know, but to save yourself some trouble, do like what Square Now says, and when you order the gear from these places, go ahead on and buy the extended warranty. That'll save you time and effort and headache.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on down. What do you do as an upsell for your business? Like, I know some people would just go, just say lights up for free, or do you do that?
Well, myself, for free, I always say I would throw in dance lighting, and that's usually some kind of fixture. Like I have these things, sort of like the gig bar, but it's I have 80J boom boxes. I have 2 of them, so those are my free lights. You know, and most people they don't even question it. They don't say, hey, I was expecting this or that. So that's what you get for free. Uplighting, I upsell that at a charge. If you want more lights, if you want moving heads and stuff, I charge extra for that. And then everything else, you know, the monogram projector and the fog, you know, the dry ice fogger and our photo booth, you know, and then I'm about to add the well, next year, if I get a couple of weddings that's been asking about the dry sparks, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in that. So yeah, so that's how I make a lot of my money, is to upsell. If I book a wedding or event, you know, even if I have to, if I don't make what I want to make, I'll get a lot of it back on those upsells.
I do that too with uplighting myself.
All right, this one is gonna be different for everybody. What is your go-to setup?
My turntables.
Turntables. What about speakers? What you do? 2 subs, 2 tops?
I got the 2 QSC compacts. That's it.
Right.
Mine would be, like I tell you, I take if I'm doing a gig that's I'll say controller era, I will take a controller. I'll take my, you know, my mics, wireless mic setups, and then I basically, as far as speakers, I have all Maxi thumbs, and they've been very successful for me. 12s and 15s, depending on the size of the room or the venue. And as far as if I go to something like if I have a class reunion that's 1960, 1970, 1980s, I usually take my tables out with the same speaker setup. Try to match the era when it comes to it and theme it out properly. The practice is always my tables.
Right. Now this one is, damn, where I'm at. Where I'm at. Oh, this one, as businesses, as the one that run they company as a business, do y'all send like birthday cards or Christmas cards to your clients?
I do.
I mean, I think that's a good way to stay and connect with them, and they, I mean, send them a DJ Square Night Entertainment calendar. So every time I look at the calendar, they looking at you like, oh, I'm having a party. Square Night. You know.
Man, you tell him a secret, man.
I never thought about that.
You tell him a secret, man.
Hey, I mean,
I got a bunch of calendars coming in from nationalpins.com. So and that's what my clients are going to get this year.
Your name is on it, so that'll still get you gigs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now networking. And I'm not talking about just networking with DJs. I'm talking about like with photographers or venues or florists. Do y'all do any of that?
Yes.
I'm hooked up with a chef, and every time he has a chef gig, he talks about a DJ. If they need a DJ, they come and get me. And the same thing with lighting. I don't do lighting, but I know a couple of guys who do lighting and photo booths and things like that. So when they have gigs, they recommend me, and vice versa. But the chef gig is real profitable. So I like that. I'll be playing background music or just straight partying, and it's very lucrative for me.
Yeah, I mean, now networking with other DJs can get touchy because a lot of times, from what I hear, like just say they getting 700 for the party, but they tell you they only getting 350. So they took a 350 deposit, took half of the money. Now you doing all the work for the same 350 he made for sitting on his ass.
Well, Flash, how that worked for me? If it's a job that I know I'm not going to take, I don't give that client a price. So say like if I send the job to Joe or DJ Danny T,
Right.
I let them make that decision on the price.
But you gotta watch out. You got some people out here doing that, and I heard a lot. You know.
The only time I could ever see any of that being done, and like I say, that's what multi-ops do. They quarterback, they set up all the deals, and they put the DJs out to work. Right. And of course, when you got a multi-op, you have hired that DJ, and so you and the DJ have already worked out what they will get for any event that you're sending them out on.
Right.
So they don't necessarily know the back end business side of that, but they just know that if they go to a gig, they're automatically contracted by the company to, make $300 or $400 or whatever it may be. Whereas to, you may have the client, you may be charging the client a lot more,
Right.
but a different deal. Now, like what you're talking about, where you got a guy, he's already set the deal, he's taking the deposit, and then he's, telling the DJ, yeah, that it's kind of a gray area, a real big gray area there. But usually I do like what Wash said, if I can't do the gig, I call a bunch of DJs and ask if that's their availabilities. And then from there, I'll say, hey, can you do this gig? If you can do it, I'd be like, here's a number. I'll put you in contact with them, and you guys dealing with them directly. And I think
there you go.
Right.
No, I brought that up because I know two friends. They actually got into a fist fight over this, and he charged the girl $700, but he told his homie, "Yo, man, she only paying $350, so she'll pay you when you get there." And somehow, the lady said, "I don't know how it came up." She like, "Yeah, he charged me a lot. It was $700. I'm just paying you to bounce." I'm like, and that went way left. Like it went left, and I was like, "Whoa." So that's what made me bring that one up. For y'all doing gigs, like we were talking about the requests, like through your phones and everything, is this other one is www.instantrequests.com, and you can take requests from there also. But that's pretty much it. Anybody else got any questions? Anybody want to? I mean, floor is open.
I actually have a form that I'll give out to people when they come up to request. I know daggone well they can't fill it out, so I don't even worry about it.
I mean, with this COVID going on, I don't want to. I don't know that paper might,
Yeah, man.
When I show it to them, what I'm saying, it's usually like, okay, no problem.
I don't got time to go through all this.
I'll be honest with you. You know what I do? And and have been doing here at least for, I won't say all the gigs, because before I welcome requests. I enjoy it because it just adds an extra layer of challenge to what I'm doing. But I usually, as usually as you're receiving guests, I'll walk around to the table, kind of introduce myself, and I'll say, do you guys have any favorites or any of that, just to kind of be kind of intimate, and also it's kind of a marketing ploy as well, because they get to know, who you are a little bit. And then when two things people really enjoy, they love being part of this show or the event. Plus, they also love the fact that you call their name. It's just like shout outs, when you're giving people shout outs on the radio or in a live Zoom or something, they love that. So, but I usually walk around and I'll write it down myself. Say, do you have any favorites, or do you have anything that really makes you really want to get on the dance floor or something like that? So that I can automatically prepare those and mix those in with what I'm already got listed and planned.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Go down the line, Mikey. You got something you want to add?
Yeah, 1 second.
I just want to ask something for the panel. I've been looking at external mixers. Does anybody have any thought on that? Like, how do you, what do you guys use them for? How do you use them?
That's a good question. I mean, what you want to use it for? Cause it's double. I mean, I got an analog, I got a digital one. This is a digital one.
Okay.
I mean, like I use my external mixer, the one I'm using now. I use it pretty much for mics, and like sometimes I might do sound with a band. It works for that.
Okay.
Also I use it when I stream. Like I got USB mixer, so it runs right into my computer, so I don't have to use an additional sound card. I mean, it depends what you want to use it for.
Okay. I was just curious to see what do you guys use them for, basically, because I've been looking at them.
I use mine for a microphone. When you stream, when I stream, I like to record what I'm playing, but I don't want my voice over top of it. But I do want to give, my viewers a shout out. So I use the external, so I can give the shout out, but not hear my voice on my recording.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I don't care to hear myself.
Okay, I got you. All right. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Do you have a preference, brand, model?
I mean, I tell people
I use an Allen and Heath mixer, but I basically use mine's like if I got vocalists, someone gonna sing, extra mics for someone to make announcements, if I'm gonna be doing karaoke. And not only that, it gives your sound system a better clarity sometimes when you're adjusting and adding different stuff to it.
Okay.
But to answer your question, what brand is like speakers? Everybody's ear is going to be different, and every mixer going to sound different.
Right.
So, pretty much, I would say go listen to one, and then cost what you want to spend.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to, for me, I look for the features. I look for external mixer. I mean, they even have 6-channel mixers that have XLR outputs on it. So you don't have to buy any adapters. You can run them straight to your speakers with that. And then also I have a PV, I think it's a 12-channel. And the reason I bought that was because it had compression built into it. So it had compression knobs on it. So I could, if I had someone speaking or singing or whatever, I have access to it, to compressing their voice to bring it down right away. So just do a kind of comparison. If you're looking at 2 different brands, see which what they both offer. Some have the USB outputs on them, so you can connect them to a computer. and you can run your sound. That's basically your sound card for your computer. So you can stream into that mixer into the computer.
I got you.
Pull the sound off of that. So,
Okay. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Quick on the mix. You got something you want to add? We'll come back to him. What about you, Ray?
Yeah, it's for me. I like Mackeys because Mackeys give good live sound, and I've always used them, and I like them, so I stay there with my Mackeys.
Besides that question, anything else you want to add? Question or, you know what I mean, anything?
All right, like me, I've been doing a lot since I've been sick, and I've been home a lot. I've been doing a lot of mixed CDs, and I got to find out where I can find some little USBs where I could put the mixes on those, because a lot of the newer vehicles don't have a CD player, so they have a USB port. So before my man Tommy Allen passed away, that's what he was doing. He had the little small USBs that would hold about an hour worth of a mix. But I forgot. I didn't get a chance to ask him where he got them from. So that's what I've been looking for, the little small USBs to put some mixes on, to give them away as advertisements. So when this COVID really gets lifted, you start doing parties.
Do you want your brand on it, or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's nice if I had it on it, because every time they picked it up and they seen my name, that would be great. But it doesn't matter. I just want the USBs more so to give away.
Because I order mine. I order my custom USB flash drive, but I got 16 gigabyte flash drives. But they have them as low as 512. And that's customUSB.com.
CustomUSB.com. Because
Yeah.
I give away a lot of CDs, and that's good advertisement for me. I don't even put my label on them no more. I just write whatever music, whatever I call it, and my telephone number, and that has gotten me a lot of parties. And events, because I do a lot of gospel events where I'm just providing sound and playing gospel music. And that's been real lucrative. Before I got sick, that was really lucrative as well. And thank you for the information, Square Knot.
Yeah, they've been pretty reasonable. And I wish I had one down here. I'll show it to you. They look really good. I ordered white ones with my black logo on it.
Good night.
I'm on their website now, and yeah, hey, appreciate that, Square Knot. Salute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not quite on Square Knot's level, but I got one right here. These are 256. I bought, what is it? I bought a 10-pack. These are just 256 megabytes. Cause I just want to do about an hour and a half mix for them. A lot of people they'll load them up 3 and 4 and 5 hours for music. I don't want to give away that much mixes, you know what I'm saying? So I want to do about 90-minute mix for for people. So I did pick these right here up, and I've had them for a minute and didn't do nothing with them. Had my brother-in-law came up from Augusta, Georgia, and I made him one, gave him one, put a bunch of music on it for him to ride back to Georgia on. So what it is. But yeah, that's a nice marketing tool.
Anything else you want to add besides answering that question?
What was the other, man? I was eating, man. What was
anything you want to add? The floor is open. Anything you want to add?
Oh,
add?
No, I'm good. Everything's good.
DJ Dog Style. Floor is yours, my brother.
Well, I'm looking at these USB flash drives right now. 206 for 50, 4 gigabyte. Man, I ain't messing around. But I appreciate you guys inviting me to the group. I appreciate the Zoom call. appreciate you taking in my young Padawan, Pablo. I got another protege that I'm trying to get in here. Man, I don't believe in keeping an eye on it. I believe in spreading the wealth. That's for sure.
And one thing we try to do in this group is inform people about DJing. Any questions, anything we can help you with, we here. That's what it's all about. You know.
I've known Pablo for almost about a little over a year now, and I can only give him so much information because I only know so much. So you know, when I had the opportunity, I figured this is probably be the best thing for him is to get him and do some
Networking and learning, and we got over 1,600 people in this group. So you can come in, got it. Like I tell people, no question is a dumb question. You know what I mean? Ask just type it in or ask or join the Zoom calls. I mean, we try to help you the best way we can. And that's what it's all about.
I definitely appreciate it.
DJ Wise, floor is yours, my brother.
As always, brother, as always, I thank y'all for this group. I had learned a lot. I thank you all for all the support you've been giving since I've been a member. Big shout out to Joe Storm, you Rod, Square Knots, Danny T. Thank y'all, man, for all the love and support, man. Really appreciate it. And my girl, Big Body, if she's still out there. And what my boy 9-5.
Hey, appreciate you.
Yes, yes.
But you have any questions or anything you want to add?
The last thing I just want to add, this book here. If y'all don't have a book, get a book similar to this book. It's like a log book. You can get it from Office Depot or Staples. And what you do with this, when people come to your event or people that you done did work for over the year, make sure you keep their information in this book. Put it in a safe place. So when you do get like these flash drives, if you want to send them a flash drive or a calendar or a pen, to reach out to them, and you can send it to them, mail it out to them.
Good information.
Yeah. Keeping their number, their email address, phone number, the addresses for the ones that want to give it to you. A lot of times folks don't want you to have their address, but at least you got some type of contact number or email.
Hey, once it's the equivalent of your little black book of DJing, huh?
Yes. You know, I started one too when I first started getting into this, and I just wanted to know all the different stuff. It's like a little black little book I got, and it just tells me all the different steps that I made on this DJ journey. You know, so I just keep it in a safe place, and when new stuff come up, I write it in there.
Danny T, floor is yours.
Yeah, I don't have anything additional.
Add something, you more than welcome to add. Yeah, I mean, we share the knowledge.
Right.
He ain't do it all. Like he told y'all, the photo booth. That's in that photo booth.
Yeah, and and that when I invested in the photo booth last year, last year, and that was one of the best investments I think that we did. It allowed us to, if we're DJing a wedding, we have the photo booth there too, and we add that additional money. So but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, to me, one thing what I learned is, from going to the DJ expos, in Atlantic City, is I wanted to run. I've DJ'd for years, but I've made a decision that I want to. One guy told me at the expo, he said, you want to create a business where a DJ business or DJ company where you can sell your company and you don't have to be a part of it. So you build your brand up, you know, so whatever the name of your company is, you push that brand until, so when you're ready to retire and you say, okay, I'm ready to, I want to sell Millennial X Entertainment, and you've already built the reputation with that brand, and someone will buy it from you, you know, because they want your customer base, whatever. They want your reputation, whatever. So that's what's always been most important with me for the past 10 years, you know, when I heard that advice at the expo.
Good piece of information right
About
there,
that,
man.
do y'all think these like seminars is worth it?
They are to me. So to me, they've
Yeah, the DJ seminars are worth it.
yeah.
Yes, you learn a lot, man. What you try to learn in 5 or 10, 6, 15 years, you can learn it in a day, man. They worth it. Then the different contacts that you can make, people that can get you to where you need to be at.
Joe Storm, floor is yours, my man.
And Rodney, one last thing before Joe get on. That's how I met Danny T and Joe at the DJ convention. Just walking around, and we just chat.
Yes.
And we got to talking, and it's been how many years now, Danny and Joe?
I don't know. Probably what, almost 10.
Right.
Yeah.
About 10 years or more, yeah.
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 Yeah, we all supposed to meet up this year at the expo, but it didn't happen. But hopefully next year. DJ Square Knot, floor is yours. I think Joe went to sleep, but you know how you do.
I just want to say I'll double down with Flash and say it's really good to have you guys here. And of course, like we always say, the DJ Information Group is here for teaching and learning from each other, keeping everybody uplifted and sharing, and continue to stay plugged into the culture, which there's so many different aspects to it that this really helps. And we're able to pay it forward and receive information and continue to just send it on out. So we really, I know I appreciate you, and I know the group at overall appreciates you guys as well.
Tim, my man Tim, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Good with you.
Yeah, I just got in late here, so you have to bear with me. I'm on the highway.
Okay.
Yeah, I need that information on the those USBs, flash drives.
All right, I think I
Yeah,
would.
the one that the guy said was he got like with $250 for like $50.
I'll see if I can get the site from him, and I'll post it in the group.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think he was on the site that I was talking about, Flash, the custom USB.
Custom USB.
What's up, Big Ron? It's good with you. So you got on late. We about to wrap it up, but yo, nice. Always a pleasure, man.
Indeed.
Jaleesa, you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Any questions or anything you want to add?
Not right now. I'm still learning, but I really do appreciate.
I mean, like I say, no question is a dumb question. Like, I mean, a closed mouth don't get fed, as I said. I mean,
amen to that.
Hey, Lisa.
Jaleesa.
Hey, Flash, tell her get that book, like I said, a composition book, and start writing down her stuff, man. Start writing down whatever thoughts come to mind. So later on, when she come on, she can throw them at us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, or you could, like, if you in a group, just ask a question in the group. I mean,
Okay.
9 times out of 10, somebody will answer.
Hey, Flash, I do have one thing.
Yeah.
Does everybody in here, in terms of your equipment, do you guys catalog your equipment in like an Excel spreadsheet, or how do you track your equipment?
I do, because I have my stuff insured and through name, and I have the in an Excel spreadsheet just in case something happens at the venue, my equipment gets damaged or something. At least I can recoup something back from it. I own all my equipment, so that's a plus. But if it gets messed up, I want to get at least something for it so I can get something new.
Yep.
Also, Danny T still on the line?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Danny, I watched something on your Facebook page with them them QW 153s, and you had them up on the poles. That's
Yeah.
what made me snatch this 153 from a performance venue that was throwing them out.
What?
And I got the amp fixed, and
Yeah.
man, that sucker bumps like I don't know what. So just
Yeah.
seeing the way the QSCs was 153s was bumping, and you had them outside at a fitness event.
Yeah, that was a 5K walk. Yeah.
And I was like, man, those things sound good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, wow, I came across them at a performance venue across from my job that threw them out.
Yeah, I remember
that. K12s. And I got the amp fixed and changed a woofer on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's my go-to system now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but yeah, they for my big events, yeah, that's what I usually take out. You know, you got to have somebody up with you to put them up on the poles. Or what I normally do, if nobody's with me, I'll lay the speaker down, put the pole in it, and then I'll tip it up. You know?
Ah, that's a great idea. Never thought of that.
Yeah. I forgot where I saw it from somebody else that told me to do it that way, and it's work. I did it at that event because I had to set up at like 6 a.m, so I couldn't get no help out that early. You know.
I hear that, but I wanted to say thank you, man, because I looked at that and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hook this up. And I'm a tinkerer, so I get stuff and I fix it.
Right. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Salute.
H-Town Boss, you got something you want to add, my brother?
You'll be watching that game.
Yo, anything you want to add or questions? Anything you want to add?
Not really, man. Just sitting here enjoying the moment. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, this is very important. You know, to us, to our knowledge, and to the culture.
That's what's up. So we're gonna wrap it up. But next week, you know, the DJ Information Group Sunday chat. For next week, everybody think of a topic or anything they want to talk about, and we could discuss it. Like it's just one discussion. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Flash. I just want to say salute to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying?
I waited for you.
Yeah, I walked out the room real quick. Yeah. Want to say hello to everybody. Wish everybody a happy holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right.
Much
I
love
got a
from
question.
PX. Yo.
I got a question. And I'll say this one for last. And it was my first question. What makes a fake ass DJ?
Oh. Oh, I like that one. Ow. Okay.
A fake ass DJ is a DJ who get one gig and might have 50 people at that gig, and next thing you know, he think he fucking Kid Capri or Jazzy Jeff. That's a fake ass DJ. That's my definition.
Anybody want to add to that and give their own definition of what they think a fake ass DJ is?
Songs after another, just no scratches, no nothing, just I don't know, just basically what you can play on a CD or something like that.
Some people like that though. Every DJ don't scratch.
To every DJ don't what?
Every DJ don't scratch.
Well, I'm just saying, just like we can plug up our, I don't know, like our phones to a speaker and we can play like different songs, just put some blend to it or a little, something to
Put,
it.
put some loops in
I
there
don't
or
know.
something.
Now I'm messing with y'all, but no, I mean,
Anybody
Yeah.
else?
I said when I said that.
Anybody else want to speak on that question? I mean, on that question?
What was your answer, Joe?
Well, to me, a fake ass DJ will be a dude that's playing. Number one, he playing free mix shit that ain't his. And he ain't got no wires hooked up. He's standing behind some equipment, looking like he doing something. Another definition is a dude that just he don't never practice. He don't never practice. And my last definition is a person that he go live every day and he never on camera. You never see him doing nothing. All you see is a picture.
Well,
There
Yeah,
you go. That's my definition.
I agree with that.
A fake ass DJ is a DJ that don't know his library, his or her library. They don't know the music.
Facts.
I
but
agree with that one
hard
too.
because a lot of people got a lot of stuff in their library. I know most people don't know what's actually in their library.
I agree with that too.
No. Don't, I'm not saying
I
what's
know
in
what
your
you're saying. I
library.
know.
I'm saying the song that you playing. If you don't know that song, why you playing it?
Yeah.
Because
Totally agree,
you heard
sir.
it on the
Totally.
radio. You heard somebody else ride by playing it in their car. So you figure, okay, that's the song that everybody want to hear.
I totally agree, sir.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
What you think, Danny T? I know you met a couple sucker DJs in your day.
Yeah. To me, it's someone that goes around. They tell everybody that they're a DJ, and they I guess they act like they're a DJ, and you find out that they don't own no equipment or whatever. They like you said, they play other people's mixes. I was at one event. Somebody had a birthday party, and the DJ was playing. And I'm looking at him, and I heard a transition, and so when he was standing away from his equipment when the transition happened. I just went over there to say hello to him, and then I see all these mix CDs laying down, laying around and stuff. To me, like I said, you're perpetrating that you're something that you're really not. That's
Hey, Danny D, you should have took the white gloves out and slapped the mess out of him.
Oh my god! What about you, Square Knot? What's your thoughts on it, brother?
I have to go in line with what Danny T said in terms of I've seen the DJ use other DJs mixes, and literally the one that I saw. It's funny you say that, Danny T, because I thought I was seeing something that I couldn't believe, and the same thing happened where this particular deal that there was a mix going on, and there was scratching in the mix, but he was leaning on the wall. He like turned around, like was leaning on the wall, like he was reaching down in his bag or something. And at that time, it was the mix, and then the DJ, I can't remember the tag that came up. It was DJ something, but it wasn't him. My wife is laughing right now because she was with me, and she said she remembered that. And I was like, what the? I said, oh snap. And then when I walked up, I was like, hey, how you doing? And the same thing, he had a whole bunch of like flash drives just sitting in front that he literally was plugging in, and then had all the mixes.
Yeah.
was like,
I got one too. I went to a party that my sister invited me to, and the DJ was playing CDs, and I heard my voice on the CD. What? Because I was like, what? I was like, nah, maybe I'm hearing something. And then he
Wow.
played another one, and I use a lot of echo when I say my name, and it was the same exact thing. And when the record dropped, I was like, yo, that's my joint. And I walked up there and said, yo, my man. And it didn't get out of hand, but it was crazy. That was a fake DJ.
Did he buy it from you?
No, he didn't buy it from me. He got it from somewhere. Because I usually don't sell my CDs. I usually give them to people for promotions. So he must have got my CD from somewhere and was bumping it like it was his own.
Yeah, he was like, he DJ Raw Reed, but he wasn't
Yeah.
Raw
And like I
Reed.
said, I use echo a lot when I do my voice. And then I was like, oh man, this guy got the same name as me. They even sound like me.
That was your clone. That was your clone DJ.
And then the record went, and I was like, yo, that sounds like this CD. And then when the next record went out, no, that's my joint. What did he do? Crazy.
Yeah, I think that topped it all right there, to hear your own voice.
Oh my goodness. What about you? What about you, Eric? I know you seen some people. I know you seen some people, brother. There you go.
All the time, Joe. All the time.
Man, I seen a dude, and y'all and Danny, you might have seen this in the DJ zone. It was a dude that was playing drops from Sound Vision, and they threatened to beat him up. It was like take. It was like stop playing our shit because you ain't part of the crew.
Yeah.